Hi guys, Pete Mazeris, the Home Inspector Mentor, here to talk to you about getting a call or an inquiry from a potential client for a home inspection and how I had a pretty high closure rate when I fielded those calls when I used to answer the phone back in the day when I was building my business. And so when I was coming up in the industry, it was before we had online scheduling and some other technical advances that are handy for today. And so every time the cell phone rang, I had to answer it unless it was one of my discount cards or a free inspection to a realtor, because typically a buyer is going to come in, call in, and you know, if I don't answer or you don't answer, leave a message because they want that discount, right? So let's just say it's a call from either the internet or a referral from a realtor or some other method for a person who doesn't know you, and they're looking to buy a house, and they're calling around to check prices, check schedules, see what you do, and so forth. And so my method was always to be very helpful and friendly on the phone, because a lot of first-time buyers or even female single buyers and maybe elderly people, it's a scary process for them, buying a house. Um, and they, are in need of some guidance and in need of wanting to work with somebody who they can trust. And it's easy to trust somebody who offers free information, is conversational when offering, their services. And so what I would do is I would simply answer all phone calls. Hi, this is Pete. And say, I wouldn't say, hi, this is Pete with Detailed Home Inspections, or wouldn't say Detailed Home Inspections. I would just say, hi, this is Pete, because, my personal phone and my business phone were one and the same. And so maybe it wasn't somebody calling me for a home inspection, but it didn't matter. That worked for years. So I would say, hi, this is Pete. How can I help you? And then inevitably, if it was a buyer looking for an inspection, they would say, "Hey, I'm calling around to get prices on an inspection." And I would say, "Okay, tell me a little bit about the house." And then they would talk about it, and I would try to understand, how long it would take me to go through the house. And typically, that would be based on age and square footage. And so, if it was a certain age and square footage, then I would give them an estimate, and I would say, okay, let me see here. They would give me the information, and then I would say, okay, have you ever had a home inspection before? And whether they answered yes or no, I would still explain to them how I did a home inspection anyway, just to keep the conversation going and to be helpful. And it was simple. It was a generic explanation. I would say that, I'm going to start either on the outside or up on the roof or in the attic and go through each section of the home, um, looking for issues that are material and visible that I'm going to document in your report. And of course, and I would go through and do the exterior, including the garage and the roof, the chimney, the flashing, the gutters, the downspouts, the shingles. The On the inside, I would go up into the attic if I'm if it's an accessible attic and I can get myself up there. I'm going to walk the attic the best I can, looking for mold issues, looking for any vermin issues, insulation problems, and wiring problems, roof leaks that I can see, and so forth. And then I'm going to go through the interior of the home and check the windows, check the electrical outlets, check the light switches, check for safety issues, check the installed appliances, I'm going to go through all of that and test your furnace for functionality, your air conditioning if it's appropriate, the electrical panels. I'm going to remove those panels and check the wiring, checking for code violations and safety issues. I'm going to go through your basement, and since all the good stuff's in the basement, I'm going to walk through that and then bring you down and walk you through all of that. And you don't have to follow me around during the inspection, because I'm going to come find you every time I do a section and update you on what I'm finding and answer any of your questions. And at the end, we're going to do a summary. If there's a basement, we're going to walk through that basement after I inspect it. That way, you don't have to follow me and take notes, because I'm going to document everything for you, and I'm going to deliver you a nice, easy to read, same day report with really nice and clear pictures. And so that's my process. It costs $400 to do that. If that works for you, my first availability is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And then I would shut up and listen to them. And if they had any questions or anything like that, I would certainly ask or answer them, and be conversational with them. And a lot of times, because of that method, the buyers would just not call anybody else if I happen to be the first one they called, or they just just go ahead and book the inspection with me. And a lot of them would admit that I'm sure all inspectors are kind of the same, and I'd like you. Great. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to like me and feel comfortable with me, and obviously understand and get a good feel for the fact that I'm professional and I know what I'm doing. And so that method allowed me to book a lot of business from the phone. And so I interpreted that as a high closing rate with, inquiries. And so very simple method, of course. If back in the day, if I missed a phone call and I saw that missed call, I'd call right back and say, "Hi, this is Pete with Detailed Home Inspections. I see you. I missed your call. Can I help you with anything?" Okay, because maybe it's the buyer who's just calling around and they're going to hire the first person who talks to them. Okay, so that works. On my voicemail, I would say, "Hi, this is Pete with Detailed Home Inspections. Please leave a message or send me a text for a quicker response, and I will get back to you ASAP." And that would give that caller the perception that I'm on it. I'm going to get back to them, because many buyers are pressured by their realtors to hurry up and get into an inspector's schedule, so that they can get the inspection done and get on with buying their house. And so that's, I think, what drives a lot of buyers to just simply keep calling around until the first person that answers and has a reasonable offering, and they book with them. And so now I don't do that now, because we have penetrated the market so tremendously that I don't need to do that. I don't need to answer my phone. And you guys, if you stick with your process of improvement and stick with this industry, eventually, I believe you can all get to where I'm at. But it's going to take some time and some knowledge and some experience and some learning, and you can get there. But in the early days, you can't be afraid to answer your phone, talk to the customer, and present to them your professionalism. And you're here to solve their problem. They need a home inspected thoroughly and quickly and efficiently with a great report, and that's what they're looking for. So be that person, be that home inspector that answers their phone, and it makes the process not scary for that buyer. Okay, hope this helps, guys.